What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. And today, I want to continue the videos going. Tomorrow's going to be Father's Day, another year, another Father's Day, 2020 edition. Um, you know, I kind of want to say some things about my father. You know, thanks to him, I've been able to make it to 32 come August. August 29th, I would be turning 32, and I kind of wanted to sit down here at my park and talk about my father a little bit. My father is the greatest role model I have when it comes to a man figure. My father taught me how to be a man, taught me how to be responsible, taught me how to treat a lady, uh, taught me the importance of family, taught me the importance of learning when I'm at work. Learn, be hungry, be a sponge, soak everything in, soak knowledge. Always taught me the importance of school. Always go to school, learn. And my dad has always had this vision, you know, of how he would like to see me end up. Me and my father have always been very close since I was a little kid. We used to dress alike. When I got older, people thought I was his little brother, and we ran with it. You know, I would tell people, yeah, he's my older brother. Instead of saying he was my father, I would say he was my older brother, because you reach a moment in your life when hanging out with your family ain't cool. So I would say he was my older brother who always looked out for me, and pretty much that's how he was. My relationship with my dad has always been more like brother than father and son. Uh, my dad has the habit of always taking my things, borrowing my things without asking, and it drives me nuts. Um, things that I love about my dad. Every single time we go out to eat and we pass through a drive-through, he always gets it into it with the person who's on the other side of the box, and by the box I mean the person who's taking our order, because my dad, I don't feel like it because I've been living with the guy for a long time, but for other people he might have an accent when he speaks English, so sometimes people have a hard time understanding him, but I understand him perfectly, and I feel like my dad understands people perfectly when he speaks English or Spanish. Like, wow, you know, my dad's very smart, very intelligent. Uh, Sometimes I'm just like, damn, how do you know all this? Because he's a really good handyman. He's done a lot of projects, painting, tile, electrical, you name it. My dad has done it. My dad is a true living figure. When you set your mind to something, he will do it. And that's something that my father has always wished would rub off on me. And it has, but I have my own way, my unique style, my own way of doing things. Um, you know, Growing up, my father would always be not only a father figure for me, but for my friends. A lot of my friends growing up didn't have their parents, didn't have a parent figure they could look up to, and my father made it easy for my friends to talk to, have a conversation with. There's been times where I invite my friends to come over to my house and they end up drinking and partying it up with my father and my mother, because I've been told plenty of times, many a times, that my parents are very cool, very chill, and I'm very lucky. And when I was younger, uh, I knew that when I was a child. Somewhere in the middle, I kind of like lost vision in that, because, like I said, it wasn't really cool to have your family, and but what really wasn't cool is to be ashamed of who your family is. And I wasn't ashamed. I just didn't want to seem like that lame dude who would hang out with his family all the time. And pretty much that's who I was. I was the type of kid that grew up with my family, very close to my mom and my dad. And like a lot of my friends, once they got to know my family, they're like, oh, these guys are not even parents. They're like more like homies, homegirls, because they're very outgoing. My parents love to party. I have many stories that I have shared on Instagram, shared on Snapchat about my parents. Times where we threw parties and, you know, we got pulled over or like someone went to jail, this and that. Concerts where we're supposed to be up here, but we end up either front row or on stage. Uh, Bars, closing down bars, closing down clubs, um, getting kicked out of places because we like to turn up and we like to have a good time. Um, I feel like now, this year, I feel like my father and myself have changed. Our bond has evolved, you know. We are able to talk more. We're able to understand each other a little bit more. And I feel like we understand each other a little bit more better. When growing up, it was like that alpha and the next one in line and battling who's the man, who's the top dog, you know. Kind of like I would always picture me and my dad like Kobe and Shaq. When Kobe arrived to LA, he wanted to be the man. And that's exactly who I wanted to be. I wanted to be the man of my family. I'm the future. I'm the king. I'm the prince. Future king. And I want to like lead my family to the next chapter of our lives. And my father, he would always try to like not like keep me in this spot, but like saying like follow me, learn from me, and learn from my mistakes. And me, I was like an adolescent, a young cat trying to prove himself and wanting to earn everything for himself and being like, let me learn for myself and I'll figure it out, you know. And now that I'm older and I think differently, I realize that my father was always trying to help me and he loves me no matter what. He just like had a different way of showing it. And when you're guys and you're fellas and you're men, you know, it's you know different when you want to show affection. When you want to hug each other, when you want to tell the other person you love that person. I know sometimes men like to get drunk, get fucked up before they say anything like that. Um, or sometimes guys, depending what age rate you're at, they can be like, "Oh, that's gay. Don't say that." But in the end, you realize that family is important. That's something that I have realized at a very young age. When it was my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, to the moment I grew older and my parents started getting older, I realized, I need to appreciate every single moment I get with them. Every single time I sit down and talk to them. Like, somewhere between middle school and high school, it was all about my friends, hanging out with my friends, or, if I had a girlfriend, I'd be spending time with that person. But I come to realize that, right now I should take advantage of my parents because, you know, I know they're going to come to an age where they can't move as much, they can't do as much, they probably won't be able to travel or party, and it's not going to be their fault. It's not going to be on them. It's going to be on me. And it's something that my parents say all the time. One day you're going to regret this. One day you're going to regret it. And I don't want to regret it. Sometimes I act like I don't listen, but I do listen. And no matter what, I love my parents. That's one thing I knew since day one. Anybody try to hurt them, anybody try to mess with them, I got their back and they're going to have to deal with me. And that's the type of person I am. I would take a bullet. I would take a knife. I would die for my family. My mom is everything. My father is everything. We're the Del Rio family. And we all we got. But to my father, if I could say something, if you ever see this video, I just want you to know I love you and I'm very thankful for everything you've done for me, for 32 years. You know, you've been by my side. You've been a great father, been a great father figure, been a great role model, and you definitely showed me the way of being a good man. And I hope one day to live up to that stature with my own family, with my own kids, and I just want to say Happy Father's Day. I'm very lucky and very blessed and very thankful and very grateful to have you in my life. And I wish you many, many more Father's Days, birthdays, because I want you in my life for as long as I can have you. And I'm very thankful that God gave me a very good father and a very good mother to share this life with, because it's a beautiful life, and it was sad to share this life alone. And you guys have always been there for me, through the good, through the bad. We've been through a lot together, and there's no place like home, and there's no better friends than family. And Father, Dad, brother, I love you. Happy Father's Day. I'm not making you laugh, not making you smile. We're not giving you something to think about. Your boy Ricky Rick ain't doing his job, and you already know your boy Ricky Rick does his job. Until next time, guys.